Classy Climb vlog. Forgive me, the camera may be too far away, but I'm going to work on the light and the camera in a little bit. Help me out by hitting like on this video and also dropping your city and state. Please let us know if you're locked down in your city and state, because that helps with this whole conversation. Now, I have a course that I was like, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to live train it. I am. I'm still going to do that. I have three more drivers coming on this week and 3 other staff helping me. And as I was getting in this office, I was getting ready to upload like 6 videos for the YouTube course. So for those in the YouTube course, watch out, a bunch of videos on blogging and tasks and hiring employees are coming. As I was doing that, I was like, oh, you know what they need? Everybody I know that's doing the YouTube course right now, everybody I know that's a business owner making money needs people on their staff. Now here's the conundrum. Most people are going to tell you, hey, just go get some VAs, pay them $100 in the Philippines, and everything will be okay. I can tell you right now, I have VAs from the Philippines. They do a good job, but I would love to have someone American that I could talk to, I could pick up the phone, that I feel is remotely close and could do work. Here's the next conundrum. A lot of people say, hey, my bills are $10,000, so if I'm gonna work for anybody, I need $10,000. And to me, that is, you're not valuing yourself in the marketplace appropriately. So I have the giant whiteboard behind me, but I'm gonna have to write as big as possible because I know the camera's kind of far, and I'll work on that as this goes along. But at the end of the day, what I want y'all guys to understand is, I use the thumbnail I use because the economy is a trickle-down economy. And people say, no, it's trickle up, they need us, the employees. You're about to see they don't need you. And you're about to learn really hard the difference of what is a middle class, what is working class, what is a business owner. You're gonna learn. Now, here's the deal. Let me see how we're gonna test out our writing on this board. It's kind of far, but I wrote huge. Might have to bring this closer. Oh, that light is crazy. Hold on, let me fix this light. I think that might be better. Can you see it now? It's gonna be one of those days. So I don't have a black marker with me unless I dropped it on the floor. But here's the thing, 75, 25%. Why is this important? This is what they're saying might be the new numbers of unemployment, and oh my gosh, I dare tell you, I think it's already here. I think this is already here before we had all these people laid off. Just being really honest, I think, if you talk about there's 300 million people and 150 are really working, 150 million are working, and that's above the table, okay? That's already half. It's already half the country. Now you're gonna say, well, Erica, half the country might be kids and elderly and disabled and, all these people over here. That's why they're not working, their wives, stay-at-home moms. Okay, that's fine. I'll go with that. Half of the people are stay-at-home moms and wives and college students and teenagers and whoever. I'll go with that. So out of this 150 million, if 25% of that gets laid off, this current crisis, which I'll use my calculator to make sure. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming into the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm not literally doing this on a calculator, make sure. So 25% of that 150 million that's working, that's 37.5 million people laid off. Laid off. That still leaves, let me make sure I do it right, that still leaves 112 million plus people working. Again, we aren't losing, and as much as people are trying to convince you, oh my God, the economy is going to crash, we're going to be in a hole like never before. I just want to reassure you that 112 million people working is still plenty. Now you may say, well, Erica, what happens if your mom loses her job? Your dad loses your job. Nobody can pay their bills. honey, that's where the government comes in. That's where these little moratoriums come in. That's where prices become adjusted. That's where a lot of stuff resets. I was just in a meeting earlier. Someone had called me to pitch me to buy in on an airplane. I kid you not, this was early this morning. And he was like, look, if 10 of us go in on this plane, I'm a pilot, we can use it, da 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 da. I looked up, I said, let me go look up this plane. The plane normally costs like $200,000, but some people are already hurting. So it's in a fire sale. It's half what it is. So if all 10 of us give him 10 grand, he's our pilot, he can drive us around with some caveats. Now, immediately I was like, this is not a bad deal. I get to fly to little conferences and little places and keep it easy. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say that? He just called up 10 of his friends. He's a pilot. We're all in the process, different points of us taking pilot classes, not really hard. Here's a plane. Another business owner in Texas is going to sell at fire sale prices. We're at the beginning of the recession. First day. We've been in recession 2 years now. But anyway, and he's selling on a fire sale. Okay, so we have money. He called us, met with us. We're all going to throw in on this plane. I'm just saying hypothetical for sake of conversation. Why is that important? This pilot ain't got no job. This pilot's got savings. As somebody said, friend just laid off from MD helicopter. There you go, right? But that's the power of what? Proximity. Now, a lot of times we'll be in the conversations, we'll be in the chat, and people will disagree with me. And I go, listen, me and you aren't in the same proximity. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I don't mean that in a disrespectful manner. I'm telling you, I am on the phone talking about buying planes. I'm on the phone talking about buying trucks. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, people don't want the money up front. They want payments. Why? They're in a crunch. My friend did this with plane sharing. One of the other pilots crashed a dang thing. TD Davis, that is always in the contract. The insurance, very important. There's 153 of y'all in here. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like button. And so I'm still going to put the course out. But before you know, make sure you're on the email list, and I'll have it in the links here below. I'm going to do live training in it, probably like 6 weeks. And I'm going to cover a ton of stuff because I realized every bit I was getting ready to add to the YouTube course today, all my people on my YouTube channel course are busy professionals. And they're like, man, I wish I could pay somebody to do this, pay somebody to do that. And it just came to me. I was like, dang, I will put this course together to show you how to get access to people who are willing to spend money. Okay? People that are willing to spend money. It's all about proximity. Now, back to what I was saying earlier. Someone in the comments says, no one cares about your accomplishments. Men care about looks, Erica. You don't know anything. And I just attended a wedding earlier this year of this very accomplished man marrying an accomplished woman engineer. They're both very attractive, very wealthy people. And you know what he said? The reason he dumped his last girlfriend? She was just a pretty face looking for someone to save her. Now, I laugh about that because I'm bringing it up because, again, how did he find her? Proximity, 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 okay? How did he find his new wife? Proximity, proximity. Again, are you connected or even near the people you want to connect with? Are you even near the men or women of quality that you want to be with? So when I hear people in the comments and the chat, oh, you don't agree with me because, listen, sir, I know you're not a wealthy individual. Because men with means know they can't pick up a stripper off the street because she'll drain them dry and ruin their life. Okay? Just trying to give y'all some relative equals, okay? Now, could you be a medium guy of medium wealth, maybe making 60, 70 a year? You just marry some girl, she got lots of debt. Sure. You can do it. But again, how far will you get in life? Choosing poorly. Again, proximity matters. So I'll bring it back to what I was talking about. Many of you are saying, hey, my brand's worth $3 to $5 grand a month. Again, right now, I'm trying not to disclose this woman's business too much. She has made $6 million this past year. She has a staff of 18. When I go look at her staff are full of hitters. I'm talking about hitters. People that could run their own YouTube brand. They could run their own Facebook brand. They could run their own brands. But guess what? They ain't got no money. Okay? And see, all of you are out here like, I'm a brand, Erica. Where's the money? Okay? Okay? So we're going to focus back on the proximity to the what? Money. Okay? So you could be that superstar. Hey, Charm City buyers, what's good? You know, we're in a mood. We're in a mood today. Girl, somebody called me to buy a plane today. I started laughing. I said, well, you got to call me back next week. Cash flow tight. All right, so look. Proximity to the cash. Okay? The problem is a lot of you are not in proximity to anyone because here's the truth. You ain't doing nothing. Not you. Not my lovely followers. Those other people out there. They ain't doing nothing. Okay? They ain't doing nothing. Okay? But the proximity is this person's a go-getter. How do you get to the go-getter? Because let me tell you, this is the barrier right here. I'm putting up a visible barrier right here. Okay? Everybody and their mom calls you when you're a go-getter for money. No strippers, Andre. Take you out. It'll take you out. Okay? Again, everybody's trying to get to the person with the money. Everybody's trying to hit you up because, hey, you know, I heard you got some money. Everybody's trying to hit you up. So you can't come like everybody else with your hand out. You have to offer value. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to say it and it might hurt your feelings. I posted a video in the community tab because I wanted you to understand Aaron on Demand is a perfect example of someone who did what? Went and worked for hitters. 500 here, 500 there, 600 there, 500 there. You know, and again, you may be like, well, she's Aaron on Demand. This is before she was Aaron on Demand. This is when she's just starting. I don't know you. If you email me and say, Eric, I want to work with you, my fees are $2,000 a month, I don't know you. And I'm probably going to chunk you in the trash. I don't know you. If I say, hey, I'm going to hire maybe 3 or 4 people next week to do specific things for $100 to $200 weekly, would you be interested? Now, here is what some people are going to say. Oh, I'd never do that. I never do that. My time is so valuable, I need thousands of dollars. But guess what you just told me? You don't know any other resources. If I'm the plug, I'm just being honest here. If I'm the plug and I say, hey, can you do this thing for me for $200 weekly? That's $800 monthly. That's how much a year, y'all? That's what, $9,600 a year? Who don't want 10K into their pocket in a year? Somebody in the chat, let me know. Is anybody looking to turn down 10K? If you could use 10K this year, please put a 1 in the chat. Just put a 1 in the chat. Make sure I'm not crazy. Because I'm just trying to get y'all to see long-term. And no one thinks long-term. Everybody thinks you got to get it right now. And if you don't get it right now, how dare them? Right? How dare them not give you your money right now, JG Whitworth? Right? And that's where people mess up, y'all. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if $10,000 could help you this year. And I'm going somewhere with this. Let me back this light up because it's blinding me at this point. Okay, back up light. That's a little bit better, but it looks dark now. Hold on. We're going to make this work. Make it work. Can't be too far, can't be too back. I think that's better. Y'all let me know. Okay. So again, proximity, $200 a week, $800 a month, $9,600 a year, right? And in there, now you're gonna say, Erica, ooh, that's not enough for me. Weekly doing work for somebody? Listen to me. If someone is building trust with you, you're delivering, and all of a sudden they need something else, what happens? Maybe they increase what you do. Another $200. So now they moved up to $400 a week, which is $1,600 a month, which is almost $20K a year, right? Right? You just doubled your value to that person. Why? Because you proved that you're trustworthy. You proved you could handle what you're doing. Boom. I've had people reach out to me, and for what they're offering, what they're doing isn't worth $1,000 a month. Let me tell you right now, I've got a situation right now where someone, I thought they were doing well. I was giving them $300 a month, no problem. $300, not trying to brag, but it was like, all right, 300, whatever, it's nothing. Then they wanted do more services for me, and I moved them up to $600 a month. They didn't provide value. They did not do a good job. And I said, you're done. And they go, but you have to give me 30 days notice. So you still owe me for this month. And I immediately said, from that point on, you will never work for me again, and I'll never recommend you to anybody ever. Why? Because what you're doing with clients is a month-to-month service. And here's what some of y'all are being taught. Some of y'all are being taught by, Ty Lopez crew, social media marketing. Hey, it is hard to see it. It's okay. It's all good. Don't worry. Just take notes. Just take notes on paper. Some of you are being taught by the likes of others that, you know what you should do? You just spread out this work, or you do a little bit here, do a little bit there. No. Your time to shine is that month. The first month they hire you, that's your time to shine. Don't hold back. Don't save it up. Don't do any of this. Your time to shine is right now. If I ask you for a list of people you reached out to in 30 days, and the list is like 12 people, would I work with you again? Answer that. If I ask you to reach out to 200 people, 200 podcasts, and in 30 days you show me 12 people on the list, would I hire you again? Think about it. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? Why is it important? Many of you are home and you're like, oh, the economy, the virus, can't say the name, they'll get demonetized. The point of why I'm doing this is because a lot of you, this is the time. This is the time to level up like never before. If you're a woman and you was like, you're ready to do something different, this is the time. If you're a man and you want to be near hitters, this is the time. This is the time. You don't have no other time like right now to get near hitters like you want to be near hitters, okay? You just don't. And so the thing I'm trying to get you guys to understand is proximity. If you tell me, Erica, I want to work on boats, perfect. Doesn't matter there's a recession. If you tell me you want to work on boats, I'm going to tell you to go where the boatman is. Now, in the course, I'm going to break down about 27 different things. And I literally was on the phone with multiple entrepreneurs this week talking about the things they need. Even when I was getting ready to put these videos on the YouTube course, got about 7 videos I'm getting ready to upload, where I'm recording myself on the screen, uploading things, video editors, all these little things you could do for people. $100, $200 a week. Right now, there's a girl talking to me about Instagram posting for like $100 to $200 a week. Perfect. Now you may say, Erica, but it takes all my time researching and doing this and doing that. You have to show you're valuable to that business person for them to continue using you. And also you got to determine, and I'm going to use boats as an example. You want to go work on boats. Now there's these yachts, okay, these fancy yachts, and then down here is regular boats. All right. You want to contact some of the yachts, but you want to make sure you go about to the middle. Some regular boat owners, some poor boat owners that need to just make sure they maintain the boat. You want to have medium who are doing it for the summer fun. Now, why am I talking about summer fun? Summer fun is average. The average person in the summer wants to rent a boat, drive their kids around on the boat, show their wife off, show their girlfriend. But a lot of people can't drive a boat. So what they'll do, and here in Austin, I'm just giving you an example, is they will hire somebody for all day Saturday, all day Sunday, drive them around on the boat. So now if you're a smart cookie, let's say you got a boat. Say you know how to fix boats, maintain boats. You know you could take a couple people out a week on the boat. You get paid $500 to $1,000 on a Saturday to take people out on the boat. It covers your gas, you put money and food in your pocket. You do that 2 times on the weekend. Now you're talking about $1,000, talking about $2,000 every weekend times 4 weekends. That's $4,000 to $8,000. Now you're talking about for the summer. What's the whole summer? 3 months. 3 months times 3. You're talking about $12,000 to $24,000 for summer work on your boat. That's 3 months. Who do you know can turn down? I mean, let me double check. Let me temperature check. $12,000 to $24,000 for 3 months of weekends. Sound good? Sound bad? Y'all let me know. Because here's what I literally know men who do this. They literally they're beach boys, but they couldn't afford to stay in Hawaii. They couldn't afford to stay in Florida for whatever reason. So they spend their summers giving up their weekends. And then Monday through Friday, they do small parties, small things, couples dates, sometimes awkward, tours, family days, family outing days. Now they turn that $24,000 summer business into a $150,000 a year business. Now you're gonna say, well, Erica, that's when times are good and Corona ain't here. That's bunk. Let me tell you, if you're in Florida right now, what happened in Florida? Florida said we're gonna close the beach. Y'all not gonna be on these beaches in Florida. Guess what happened the very next day? Every single boat renter in the whole state of Florida made bank for the next 3 weeks. People were renting whole boats, and guess what they would do? Well, we're just parking the boat over here on the sand lot, getting out playing in the water. We're not officially on the beach. We're on the sandbar. We're parked over here. The boat's over here. So guess what happened? If you were some guy who was a boat guy and you were scared about Corona, guess what happened? You made a ton of money because people were willing to hang off the boat in the water just to say, I'm not on the beach. I'm on the boat. And I paid this guy to drive us over here. So when you thought, oh, the spring breakers, people get sick, $1,000 ain't nothing. And I know you say, Erica, don't say that. $1,000 ain't nothing. You got 5 spring breakers, put $200 together, each person, all 5. Get on your boat, give you $1,000. Bring their own alcohol. That's $1,000, baby. That's a party, okay? Now, I gave you this example about boats to make you have the same example about what you're doing now. You're here, you have VA services. And again, in the course, we're going over like 27, 35 different things. I'll probably do like 6 weeks of talking, live training, like you come live to the thing and talk. So VA, your virtual assistant, right? And I even call it concierge, make yourself fancy. You got the multi-million-dollar business person, millionaire, okay? He's getting calls all day, okay? Then you got the middle. The middle, I say, is $250K a year to $500,000 a year. Why? They're usually dentists, plumbers, eye doctors, small business owners, AC, all that stuff. No, I can't. I have Saturdays to do things. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm literally going to meet somebody down south and then also go back by the trucks in a little bit after this video is over. Saturdays are hard to maintain. And it wouldn't be live on YouTube at all. It'd be inside the course. The course is probably gonna be $197. I'd say after we're done recording our 6 weeks or so of training and putting other videos in there, shut it down. Or I just shut down the live training. One of the two. All right. Back to what I was saying. You got VA services, multimillionaire, middle, 250K to 500K, and lower. Lower is just lower than 100K. Now you can go lower, and say people under 50K. Why is this? The 50K people, and I'm just picking, I'm not being mean, MLM folks who need marketing and email and PowerPoints and all the random little things you can think of they need, okay? Right? Because they're trying to build themselves up to go higher. Okay? Lower, middle. Middle, right now in Austin, Texas, if you email, I'll check it out. Probably Tuesdays or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So the lower 100K right here, under 100K a year, they need stuff, they just don't have no time. So you're gonna hit them with the $50 to $100. Now immediately some of you are gonna be like, my time is more valuable than $50 to $100. I don't know you. If I was another business person, I don't know you. So you have to establish yourself to know me. You dig? Okay, right? So you gotta prove you can make something do with $50 to $100. You gotta start there. Now, the more you do, and this is weekly. I'm not talking about once a month. I'm talking about weekly. Who don't cash app of 100 every week. Who you know like that? All right. So you're just doing a little task. Now here is the one I was talking about here in town, middle. $250,000 to $500,000. Over there off Lakeway, off of Bee Caves, off 360, off 220, 2222. There's a lot of women who stay at home all day with the kids anyway, who have husbands who are go-getters. That just is what it is. Some of them are women who are go-getters. And what they have done is, over there, they have concierge services. What is concierge services? It's a fancy way of saying, I will go grocery shop for you. I will go pick up your items today. I will go run your errands. Now, I've seen concierge services that are like $85 for the day. I've seen $150 for the day. I've seen $85 just to do their grocery shopping here in Austin. Like I was at a luxury lake rental. It was $85. Before I even put the grocery list together, it was $85. And here's the funny part. You put the list together, they go pick it up and drop it off to the house, and that's it, right? They don't even put it in the cabinets. That's $120. Okay? How do you get on the email? Someone put one of the email lists in here. Hold on. Make sure y'all got it. If anybody's on my Instagram, the email list I have on there is the list for me. Hold on a second. I'm gonna share it one time, and then moderators, make sure you grab it. All right, here's the email list. There you go. I put it in there. Get on that email list. Get emailed. Now, and if you know anybody's on my email list, I don't email a bunch because I know your time's valuable and so is mine. Here, so imagine you have this lady you're doing concierge services for $500 to $1,000 a week. Why? Let's be really honest. We are not the same. And I'm being nice and I'm being ugly as I say it. I know people right now who have nannies who are quarantined with them. Now let me clarify. They decided they were going to be quarantined. The woman is a wealthy business lady. Hers is more like a 1099. But anyway, wealthy business lady. Dude's a wealthy business owner. His businesses are closed. She's working from home. Now you would say, well, they can just watch their own baby. No, they have a nanny that's getting paid $1,000 a week, who's running around, picking up the kid, doing all the stuff they can for her and him. Because why? And helping cook because she's the nanny. So she's quarantined with this couple who are high earners but aren't really working this week. So when people sit here and try to tell me, oh, these high income people don't care about accomplishments and don't care about this, we just care about looks, it's crap. It's bunk. It's BS. I know better. I know actual live people. If you're talking about, the local businessman with a stripper for a wife, you don't qualify. What you're saying isn't valid, sir. Do you see what I'm saying? Time is money. Very accurate B for value. And if you bought something in the past or on your list, you probably are. But I would probably get on that email list to make sure. And so that's your sweet spot, and that's a lot of Americans. Now, many of you are going to say, well, Erica, how do I find these people? There's a million ways to find these people, and I put them in the course. But I'm trying to show you guys that trickle down works. And I think I'm going to leave this up here. I'm going to leave this up here for what I want to say. Trickle down works. How does trickle down work? You, in order to... Because originally the title of this video is like side hustles for a while or whatever, right? And the reason I put that as the title, and I might change it, but I don't want you to side hustle forever, right? This is the projection, and I'm doing an easy one because this could be separate. Lower 50, let me go lower. Unemployed. I'm going to tie it all in. I'm tying it back all in, I promise. Someone's going to say, hey, Erica, I'm in retail. I'm in food service. I'm Uber delivery. Oh, my God, I have been impacted. And I'm gonna tell you, go watch the Meathead video, apply, get you some emergency funds, do all that. Do all that, baby. Do it. But, hold on a second. Thank y'all all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you participating today. Anyway, I appreciate everybody here. So you're here, and I don't want you to stop your growth. Now, what do I mean? This might be a little harsh, but what we're coming up on is a lot of people are missing out on their growth. Can y'all see that? I know it's small. Work with me. What is the growth that they're missing out on? You weren't supposed to stay here. I know some people are going to be upset when I say this. You weren't supposed to stay here. The average, what did they say? The average food worker in America is 36 years old. Now, I keep saying you weren't supposed to stay here, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. Some of you didn't want to do what's hard when it was easy to do what was hard, right? When you were younger, when you had more energy, when you had your spouse before you got divorced. Oh, I should have did this or should have did that. That is true, okay? But what side gigs will do for you, side hustle, side gigs, is it will say, hey, I'm Janice or whatever, I'm making up a name, I don't know, and I make $1,500 a month. And life is hard. Hard. Now I do all this side hustle, and I'm going this way instead of up, if you get my point. I'm going across the board. I'm doing all these side hustles, and these side hustles put an extra $1,000 to $1,500 in my pocket. So I'm Janice, and I'm doing better because now I got $2,500 to $3,000 a month. I'm at the daggone 50% mark, where most Americans are. I'm feeling good, living in the hood, okay? Doing good, feeling good. And now why am I talking about this? Because if you keep side hustling, you're gonna get what? 1, tired. 2, exhausted. 3, I'm hoping, as I was doing, and I'm literally talking from experience, when I was working as a apartment manager in the daytime, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. And then I'm delivering pizza in the afternoon. Ooh, I really don't want to do this. But I got a little extra cushion. I'm feeling better financially, stably. And then that's when I dived in. I dived into educating myself. I dived into, let me get what. Oh, you can't. I know what happened. I know what happened, y'all. My wrong camera's on. Huh, no wonder. Let's see if we can change our cameras. I thought first, I was like, something's wrong with this camera. Let's see. Is that better? Look at that. Whole new camera, whole new life. Everybody put a 1 in the comments if you think that's better. Put a 1 in the comments if you think that's better. I need to figure it out. Let me know if I need to change it back. Let me know, y'all. Put a 1 in the comments if you think that looks better, that camera angle looks better. Good gracious, I think it does. Put a 1 in the comments if you think that camera angle looks better. I think it does. So, here, like I was saying, if I was Janice, okay, it does. Better? Better, okay. So here, retail, food delivery, struggling, and I start making this side hustle. But guess what happens, y'all? Guess what happens? I get tired. I get exhausted. And me as a person who's personally done this, every day when I woke up, I said, what can I do different? What books can I read? What courses can I take? What classes can I do? Who can I get connected to that I can become different, be someone different? Now, what I ended up doing is reading even more books than I had read before, but also it started making me look up at careers and business opportunities. You dig? Most people are going to look at, I don't want to do this career, I want to do this different career. And when you get to a point, and I don't want you to quit your side hustle by any means, but when you get to a point of a year, you need to examine, why are you still doing that? Why are you still doing that? Where can we can't do 60, 70 hour weeks for years. We just can't. Now, as much as I love y'all and I want y'all to hustle, thank you, Jamar, for the $5 super chat. Well, Cash App, I appreciate that. As much as I want y'all to hustle, as much as I want y'all to do, I want y'all to go ahead and grow. It's time to move. A lot of y'all been sitting in jobs and situations, and it was been time for you to change. Been time. Now, what gets everybody excited is weight loss and food and movies and stuff that will not do shit for your life. Yes, losing weight is a great thing. Changing your physical outside is great. Changing your inside is better. Okay? Now, here's why. You were supposed to feel the pinch of being here and go do something else. You dig what I'm saying? You were supposed to feel this pinch. You're supposed to say this is uncomfortable. You're supposed to not like being here. I don't want to be here anymore, so I'm ready to go do something else. So again, I'll use myself as an example just for sake of argument, so nobody thinks I'm talking about it. I said, okay, I want to get a real estate license. Okay, I got a real estate license. Oh, you know what? And when I was working in apartment management, I realized the painting guys need a bunch of painting money. I'm gonna open up a painting company. So now I've got out of this. I'm not running around every afternoon. I ain't got time to do all that running around. What I'm doing now is this real estate where I'm just following a system of leads. Painting company's the same, a system of leads, home advisor, other things, other ways to get marketing and referrals. Okay? Okay? Now, I jump up from here. I was in between lower 40, lower 50,000 to 100,000. I could have stayed here. Okay? I could have stayed here and said, you know what? If I show, and I'll just use the apartment parties first. If I show a certain amount of apartments a month, if I show 3 apartments a month, high-end apartments that people close in, which I'd have to do more than show 3. But people close on 3 high-end apartments a month, that's $3,000, you know, because you get the first month's rent here in Texas. And, you know, $3,000 a month, that, and then out of this painting company, I make another $3,000. You know, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. It's good right here. I'm gonna do more. Making $6,000 a month. $6,000 a month. Making like 72 a year. I'm balling. I'm in between, right? But all this depends on what? Other people. Making sure people are always in an apartment. I'm always getting paid. I'm always following up, make sure the apartment complex pays me. Painting company, I'm following up. Seasonal, rain, cold, following up, right? So I don't want to do that. Okay? I don't want to do that. So now I say, it's time to move again. It's time to move up. This is not where we want to stop. This is uncomfortable. It should be uncomfortable. We don't want to stay here. Now I say, I'm really hammering my YouTube now. And I'm really hammering my calls. And I sell those businesses, because now it wasn't just painting, it was also credit repair, if y'all remember that. And I said, you know, I don't want to do those businesses anymore. I'm tired of that. I don't want to be the middleman in painting anymore. I don't want to be the middleman in apartment leasing anymore. I want to do something else. Okay? So I'm doing the YouTube. I'm doing phone calls, 6,000 paid phone calls. You do the math on that. Phone calls are $400 for 30 minutes, $600 for an hour. You do the math. Before that, they were 150. I did various ranges. So I'm doing the YouTube and I'm doing that. What am I doing also now? Because I've got up to the higher. I'm investing my money. I still have clients. Every time someone calls me on the phone, you're a client. Every time someone buys a course, you're a client. Every time somebody works with me, you're a client. And I thank you for every dollar, every dime. You're still a client. Right? Now we're up here. But we're getting burnt down on phone calls. What do we do next? In order to move here, our investments or our business has to take us to a higher level. Right? Right? All right, that's right. Here you go. There you go. Okay? So the YouTube and the investing gets me between 100,000 to 300,000 a year. But you know, I don't want to stop there. Why? Because at some point, you'll burn yourself out on calls. You'll burn yourself out on videos. The average life of a YouTuber is 2 to 5 years. Okay? Right? So now we'll go some more. Right? We got the YouTube working. We got the business. Now we're going here. Okay, we're going up here. In a truck, makes you, when you have your own authority, again, asterisk by what I'm saying. 2 to 5K a week per truck, 10 trucks, minus investor pay. You do the math, right? You want to go towards having a business at some point. So if I didn't get uncomfortable here with the side hustles, this is what this whole video is supposed to be about. I hope y'all getting the story. You're paying attention here. If I didn't get uncomfortable here, which most people are here, and I'm not going to say you're unemployed because you're in retail and food. I'm just saying the turnover of retail and food is so high. So high. You basically are unemployed. But this recession is the time for you to let it go. Let this go. Let that stuff go that you know you've already outgrown. You've already outgrown. Now, what is the biggest thing holding people back in this spiel? What's holding you guys back from growth? Post it in the chat. I know it takes 30 seconds. What's holding you back from growth? Because 75%, or let's be honest, 75 million workers are here. They're here. They're here. They don't got comfortable. They got a girlfriend. They got a boyfriend. They got a husband. They don't care. They don't want to make more money. Why make more money? Thank you, Jamar. And also Martin for the super chat. I appreciate it. Why are they here? Put it in the chat. Okay? Now, part of why they're here is comfortable and proximity. Part of why they're here is comfort, proximity. It's time to get uncomfortable. Because of family, because of debt, because of fear, because of, our family too comfortable, family obligations. Yep. That's right. Need money to start. That's incorrect, but I'll agree with you for today. I'll agree with you. Why I'm going to agree with you? Every one of these things I did, I was pre-selling. I'm calling around for the painting to get your money. I'm calling around to do the services. As an apartment leasing, I'm calling around and taking you around. Money to start is a convenient answer, but sometimes mostly a wrong answer. Because the majority of what we're doing out here, you're getting money because you're giving value. Does that make sense? Emailing people is free. DMing people is free. Sending your resume out is free. Going on LinkedIn is free. Putting your resume on LinkedIn is free. Contacting people of all types is almost free if you're using your phone. It's almost all free. Yeah, that's right. There you go. Time. Yep. Experience. Oh, you're all right. I'm going to tell you you're right. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. I'm also tell you why you're all right. You're all right. Majority of it is fear and proximity. You cannot be what you do not see. Period. You cannot be what you do not see. Right? 6K is good money. It's good money. Most people say, well, listen, sis, that's good money. Just enjoy that good money. Why are you being ungrateful? Everything about your life should have a mix of gratitude and uncomfortable. Why is that? What am I saying? One hiccup in the economy, one job loss, and all these people, 3.5 million are unemployed all of a sudden. And they're talking about striking on rent. But guess what? You can strike on rent. Yeah, go ahead, strike on rent, girl. Get your rent strike on. But guess what? Just because they do a live for 60 days doesn't mean you don't owe that rent. What's going to happen is y'all going to get behind on some of that rent. And when June comes around and court's back open, you're going to be up in court. And they're going to say, not only do you owe May, Not only do you owe April, you also owe June. Are you going to stay in this apartment? Are you going to stay? And then you're going to be like, I don't have 3 months worth of rent. That's right, because the bills didn't go away. And I'm begging you, do not use this 60 days of supposedly no rent to chill. People are going to say, Erica, America stresses you out. Working all the time stresses you out. My kids are stressing me out. My spouse's spouse is stressing me out. I need to relax. And you're going to relax yourself into a very scary place. Very scary. My friend Andrew Bryan, not Hatchett. Andre Hatchett does really good stuff, but my other friend Andrew Bryan, he's here in Texas. He is an amazing real estate agent. He knocked on 10,000 doors in Dallas, and he knocked on about 20,000 doors here in Austin, Texas. So, yes, there you go. 1,000 clients, $100 an hour, right? Now you owe thousands of dollars. Stephanie with an A, tell them. They owe thousands of dollars now. Now you can't catch up. Now you're going to get put out. Now you're going to have an eviction. And guess what? Everybody's like, Erica, but everybody, where are people going to move in from? Easy. Everybody I know right now who is a landlord has hundreds of people who've called, emailed, written, whatever. Guess what they're doing in their offices right now? Making a list. They're going to go back through all the calls in their database. They're going to go back through all the emails. They're going to go back and call and see if you got a new apartment. They're going to call and see if you got a new place. They're going to call and see if you're still looking at moving to this apartment. Yeah, it's open now. So don't ever get this, oh, they won't be able to find anybody to move to my apartment, so I'm just not going to pay. You're going to be very hurt. There you go. There you go. Y'all, that's a good one. Also, after your rent comment check, sent that mortgage. Send it. Honey, because they're sitting waiting like vultures. They here and rushed me through my closing process just recently. Because they knew. They were like, look, we're going to get you in that house. Okay? Now, what does this have to do? And we'll bring it all back in. I talked about you being here on this level and getting to this level. And why? Why am I talking about all this? Why you shouldn't do side hustles for more than a year. Right? The reason you shouldn't do side hustles for more than a year, because at some point you got to go on to the next thing, sis. Or bro. 80%, sometimes 80% of my audiences are men, so men too. You got to go on to the next thing. And all the stuff that I asked y'all, why were y'all not moving to the next thing, is fear. It's fear. Most of it is fear. Because guess what? It's just open out here. It's all open out here. You can pretty much reach out and touch anybody. And I really mean that. I'm right now in the process of buying a 2.5 million place. Not because I got all this cash to throw out my pocket. Because of proximity. Because of connection. Because of talking to people, because I'm a follower, because I can follow through on the deal, because I can show you where you're making a mistake, you cannot afford to fix the mistake, and I can come in and be the new owner and help you make it work. Fear. I didn't get there overnight. It took about 6 years. Didn't get there overnight, but I'm not telling you spend the next 5 years Uber and DoorDashing. Now, I'm not saying this comment and this other YouTuber, he can be mad with me, and that's okay. And I'm a big girl, I'll take it. He's been Ubering for 6 years now, maybe 6. He was in Atlanta, then he went to Seattle. He was having a good time, and then he went back to Atlanta. Oh, it costs so much to live out in Seattle. That was your time, brother. That was your time to let that go. Uber at night, but go get in a new industry in Seattle because you done moved all the way across the country, and it's go time. It's go time. And that's what happens is, I see it every day. People come here, they move to Austin, back where I'm from, it used to be like this and that and this. And I go, yeah. But you left there. There's a reason you left. Because it was time to go. Exactly. Okay? It's time to go. It's time to go. Now again, I told you about the boats. I told you about the concierge services. Inside the course, we're going to go over like 25, 27 different things. Because there's little things that when you write them out, when you list them, you go, damn, nobody want to do that. Nobody want to do reports. Nobody want to take notes. Nobody want to do this or that. And it's the prime exact thing people are hiring from. It's what they're hiring for. Stuff that people don't want to do. You can sit on your house in your pajamas for an hour doing stuff somebody else don't want to do. There's Instagram, and I like this person's the way they do the memes. What do you call them? Where they put the words under the picture. I was like, how much that cost for me to get 3 of those a week from you? 150. Boom, here's $150. You gotta know if someone comes to ask you for something, you gotta have your price points ready. Now somebody was like, hey, I can charge you $2,000 to do this thing. It took her 3 weeks to reach it back out to me. And I had already found somebody to do it cheaper by then. It's follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Okay, there's so many things I could go into in that, but I'll save a lot of it for the course. But a lot of you, this is the time you can shine. Because a lot of people, they're going to give up. And you don't have to give up, okay? It's not even, no. It's a business and 15 acres in the back. And there's a lot that can be done with it if the business pays for the development. Now I ain't got no money to give them on development. like essentially, a lot of businesses right now are for sale and they don't know it because either the owner's tired, the owner lacks marketing. I mean, that's a whole other video, but a lot of times when you see people trying to sell something, they just don't have money to take care of it. They don't have any money to grow it. They're exhausted and they just want to be out of it. They're just done. They're so freaking done with it. That's where a lot of people are. They're 65 years old. They don't have the retirement plan. They're tired of being there all the time. A lot of times, this guy was telling me how he just bought this guy, 80% of this guy's business. Because the guy was a millionaire, but he never gets to see his kids, and his kids are 5, 7, and 9. And he's just like, I'm over it. So the guy ends up buying 80% of his business. He has to just train people to replace himself. And he's out, almost out the door. And this happens often. And it's not even about money. It's not even about putting immediate money in their hand. Most people who are owning businesses, we're built different and we know cash flow matters. So we don't need you to come give us $1 million to leave the business right now. What we would love is a 10, and I'm doing a low number here, 10 to 50K a month. Why am I writing sideways? Because I'm silly. Hold on. I don't even know what I'm writing like that. Let me stand here. 10 to 50K a month. And somebody says, ooh, that's high payments. But here's why. For the next 5 to 10 years, preferably longer. If I leave this business, right? I leave the business, I'm retired. What do I do now? And that's where a lot of them are. They don't know what they do next. They have no next ideal. So they'll either come work for you, AKA train the next person for a couple of years, 2 to 5 years, and then they'll eventually really, really leave. So in that time period, because you're saying, hey, you don't really want to leave, I don't want to pay you the whole lump sum to get you out right now because you're not really ready to leave. And that's how a lot of people buy businesses in a down market. Because if you're a business owner and you've been putting your blood, sweat, and tears in something, and someone comes along and goes, here's 10K every month for the next 5 years, your wife's happy, your husband's happy, your kids are happy. Why? Because you're happy and you feel like you're actually getting something out of this. You put all this blood, sweat, and tears in it, and now you're finally getting something out of it without working yourself to death. You dig? We're not talking about that today, Taylor. We're not talking about that today. So in this, and if you have a question that's off chat, that's not what we're talking about, I'm not answering it unless it's super chat of $5 to $10. So I mean, stay focused. That's the problem. You guys can't focus. You can't add value to people that can't focus. All right. So look, you need to get uncomfortable here. uncomfortable here. And there's this mindset, and everybody's talking bad about Grant Cardone right now, and I get it. You're mad, you want to hate on him a little bit. Fine, whatever. But here's the thing of it. Grant Cardone and Dave Ramsey are going to get rich in this economy. Why? Because at any moment, Grant still has 100 employees and ads going, pushing that place. Now you're going to see on the other hand, Dave Ramsey, I think he has like 600 employees, y'all. Is it 600? It might be 300, it might be 600. I may be wrong. Employees pushing that engine, okay? And the engine is that person, that person's brand, okay? And the concepts are the same. You can either make more money, at the end of the day, you still got to mind the gap. But a lot of what you guys are struggling with is you need to make more money. Now, maybe you say, no, Erica, they need to be disciplined and do this or that or get their, listen, yeah. What a lot of people are learning right now is how much does it cost for them to live every month? How much is their rent? How much is their food? How much is stuff when they can't leave the house? You should know that. That's your starting red line. Why do all these people work these jobs, these multiple jobs? One, so they have somewhere to live. So I'm gonna put $1,000 here, just for sake of argument, right? And then they have other debts that come out to another $1,000. So now they got $2,000 a month they need to make to live, not thrive, but live. Okay? And now they're mad because they're saying, well, I need something that's gonna pay me $2,000 because that's what I need to live. That's not my problem. That's your problem. So I would recommend you come in looking for some higher business owners, medium business owners, and then some of the lower. Okay? You have a mix. The higher up the business owner is, closer you get to 250 to 500 a week. Why? Because at that point we're used to payroll. And if we hear $200, $500 weekly and we can fire you at will after 30 days, we're going to be more on that. We're going to be more into that. But if you start coming with, hey, I need $2,000 a month retainer to do all this social media managing stuff, we're going to be like, yeah, okay, no problem. I'm good, kid. We'd much rather have 5 people. I'm going to be careful here. I would much rather have 5 people that I pay $200 a week to than 5 people I pay $2,000. Why? Not because I'm cheap or anything like that. If you ever read the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller, everybody you add to your ship that's pushing in the right direction, which is north to more money or whatever, the ultimate goal. It's the ultimate goal there. The light's in the way of it, but it's a triangle. The faster we get up the tree. I can tell you right now, I could probably make millions of, where's my towel? Probably could make millions of dollars if I wasn't the bottleneck in my business. Hold on a second. Get some of these nice Uline towels to wipe this board. What y'all got in here? That's right, people aren't living, they're existing. Sis, am I in class? What class? I'm in my office. That's right. PYT travel. Enjoy your nap, baby. That's right. There you go. And apprentice, appreneur 1099, you should be doing videos on YouTube about this right now. And like, go check out the Meet Kevin video and then go talk about how you can apply for that emergency funding. Go do that. That's right. A lot of baby boomers don't have anybody to sell the business to. Oh, okay. So part of right now, people are like, oh, Airbnb, people are getting slaughtered. This is not true. If you're on the East Coast right now, what's happening? If you're an East Coaster, do you know what's happening right now? If you're on the East Coast right now, many New Yorkers have escaped New York. Now, this is why the virus is going to be everywhere, because many of these New Yorkers are leaving New York. They hopped in their car with their stuff, with their Germany selves, and they went down south. Airbnbs from Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida are full. They're not all empty. Go look on your listings right now and look in your area. A lot of Airbnbs have people renting them right now that left New York. Just is what it is. Left New York. They got out of there. And so again, you can't stop people when they want to move somewhere. You can't stop people when they want to do something different. You just can't. So a lot of these companies aren't suffering as you guys would think. It's a temporary glitch. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this out here. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yep. So what am I saying in all this? Yes, the course will be available probably later this week or something like that aspect, or I'll put an email out to the email list. But I want you to understand that you got to get in proximity. And how do you do that? I would say conferences, seminars, RIA groups. But right now that's a little tough. So I'm going to tell you how to do it from the internet, because trickle down works. We just don't want to agree on it. If you got, one millionaire that hires, let's just use grand example, 150 people. Now let's say we have 100 millionaires, and they all hire 150 people, and then we just keep going on and on with this number. 24 million businesses out there are small businesses. Well, 28 million of them are small businesses. Most people are working for a small business person, and it's the best place to be. It's the best place to be, because when the small business is struggling, you can add value to the small business. The business I'm trying to take over right now, oh, there you go. She's in South Carolina. It's true. A lot of New Yorkers just came down. They're in their Airbnbs. When you have a small business and you see the owner struggling, most people are like, I'm going to start putting me some applications in somewhere else. I would advise you to figure out a way for them to thrive. Thrive. Right? It is. If you've watched any of my previous shows on buybizsell.com, I've been saying it for 5 years now. There's always going to be people selling. There's a guy right now on YouTube running YouTube ads talking about it, but I'm like, I've been talking about that for 5 years. So there's a lot of people. They're just marketing what most people know. And what I say like this. This is the C of, I'm gonna make this very clear. This is the C of not knowing. Not know. They know nothing. Jon Snows. These are nothings. These are Jon Snows. I know nothing. Jon Snow. This is half of America. They want you to put it in their hand because they're like, I don't know nothing. Okay, so then we go here. These are like kind of know, kind of don't care. Right? These are the people every once in a while are going to rile up. School meetings, PTA, stuff's unfair in the city. They're going to rile up every once in a while. Okay. This is very true. Then you got over here the angry. I'm not even joking. I'm calling this the angry because they're paying attention and they're like, hey, this isn't fair. And you put anything in that category. Okay. Then you have content. I know, and I'm content. Then you have thrive. Now people are gonna say, well, damn, America, that's me. I'm being real for real. Now, we did this earlier by money. I'm doing it by mindset. Now, I can put money beside it, but again, this is mindset. We don't have to put money to it because some of these people can fit in different categories. Okay? I'm just going to say that, be very calm. Know nothing, Jon Snows, which is half the country. Now, I'm going to be careful here. Don't cuss me out. Don't demonetize me. Don't report me. I'm going to say people under 30K a year. I don't know. I don't know. Now, they may live in an area that's poor. They may live in an area that you can't make a lot of money, and they just don't know. They don't know what's the next thing. Now, kind of know, don't care. I'm going to say 50K and under. It's a very standard household thing. Oh, wow. Thank you, iBarber, for the $20 super chat. Erica, a lot of people don't know how to make good of a tough situation. This is very true. This is very true. Now, kind of know, don't care, right? That's where they are. Angry. Angry, I'm going to put angry at 50K to 90K. Why? Now, I'm not talking about MGTOWs. I'm not talking about women, not feminists. People in this bracket, 50 to 90, they know if they could get to 150, they'd be better. They know they're like just a hop from falling down into the kind of no, don't care. That's why they're angry. They're like, I'm just so close to either falling down or falling up. If I could just get up. So I'm angry. I'm awake. I'm paying taxes. I'm angry. Now, these are also people who are most likely to start their own business. They're angry. Most people do their own thing. They're angry. Content. I put content. What am I doing here? That's too much. Get myself together. Content, not contempt. Content. Content is like, hey, between me and my wife, we're doing good. We make about $80,000, $150,000 a year together. I mean, I live in Ohio. I don't need much more. We're doing good. Right? Thank you, Barbara, again for the $20 super chat. Thank you for always giving me great information. Thank you, M. Jim, for the $50 super chat. I really appreciate every dollar, every dime. I really do. I know it costs y'all to give, and I appreciate all that. I'm for real. Seriously. I appreciate every dollar. All right, so now we get here to Thrive. Thrive is 150K to 250K. Now, I could go all the way to $1 million a year. I can do all these numbers, but honestly, if you look over the average American, even the average millionaire in America, you're talking about people at 300,000 to 450 to 500,000 a year. It's the investments that take them over. It's the investments that get them over the hump. It's the investments that make them multimillionaires. You dig what I'm saying? It's the Thrive. 150K and up, 150K to 250K. Now, some of you are going to say, well, I live in New York, I live in California. That's not enough. Listen, adjust for your state. Don't be a Jon Snow. I know nothing. Adjust for your state. Every one of these people deserve respect. Every one of these people deserve an opportunity in this economy to grow from where they are. Okay? Everybody does. Everybody does. But you got to know where you are first. You got to, right now, people are getting a rude awakening. Every time someone says, my brother and sister is home, I go, are they in retail? Or are they in food? Just be honest. Retail or food? And they'd be like, oh, no, just be honest. Do they work in retail or food? Well, they work in retail. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Let it go. Let it go. Right? People are sitting here trying to fight you on, they're essential. Grocery store workers are essential. Yeah, grocery store workers are essential. Yeah, gas station guys are essential. You gotta have a gas station. Yeah, they're essential. But are they here? Are they content? Are they thriving? Even the other day, someone had this argument with me. Not a real argument, just a light kind of bump. Well, bus drivers in Massachusetts make $80K a year. Are they driving buses right now? Are they driving buses right now? I mean, I'm just being honest. Are they driving buses? Can they not drive a bus tomorrow for the next 6 months and be paid $80K a year without a union? Let's be very clear, without a union. Probably not. So again, people are sitting here trying to give you all these bull-ass scenarios because they live in California and New York that this is happening. No, stop it. Had to drop a super chat, felt the angry to content thing. There you go, TD Davis. And this is what you're feeling. See, what you're feeling, and I'm gonna be careful here, and they can come after me. A lot of women and men, even manosphere included, MGTOWs included, they're at 50 to 90K and they're mad. Because see, they want the hot chick, but they gotta hear to get that. Here, maybe you have to go try real hard to win her because you're not here, okay? The woman that's here, and she's angry, she sees Sally over there staying at home every day, living her best life, and her lounging in her workout gear with a concierge, you know? Again, people ask me, well, what are you gonna do? You have kids. Honey, I've already set up my life so that they get homeschooled. I've already set up their life so that I have managers here. I'm setting up this office right now so other people do everything else. I don't do any of this. Thank you guys. Don't put an S on it. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Again, I'm already setting it up, the system, so that everybody that works underneath me takes care of the ship and I can go home. And that's what everybody I know that makes a lot of money right now is doing. But they're not doing it starting out the gate at $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. Jared Glant, that works for Grant Cardone, is a multimillionaire. He didn't start out that way. He was making $2,000. He was making $2,000 a month making phone calls for Grant. It's very hard. And then now he's a vice president over a whole department. What you have to understand is you need to be in proximity to someone with the money, okay? And then as you're in proximity, you work your way up that scale. But you can't be a Jon Snow, know nothing. You have to be able to provide value. You can't be a kind of know, don't care. That's a majority of parents. They only care right now because their kids are home. And they're like, oh no. Hey, what's up? Listen, I love when I see this guy. I love it. I love it. The reason why I bring this up is I was exposed to that whole environment via O'Shea, right? Just like I was exposed to Black YouTube via Andre Hatchett going on Dr. Boyce Watkins. And I'm having a serious moment here. And what I'm seeing is a financial response to culture, right? When you stand back and you watch this man that may make good money and he's mad because he thinks he is in proximity with what this man is with. And he realizes he's so close, but he's not in the same proximity. He's just not. And that's what I love talking about, because I literally go, and this is the crazy part. I was at not a banquet event, it was the after the banquet. It was like the happy hour party. And these are all guys who make 100, 150K, 250K, engineers, social engineering guys, software, high-end tech, making money. One dude drives a Lambo. And I said, yeah, I'm watching this thing about MGTOWs. And they're like, what? Every guy there was like, what? And there was one guy who knew what I was talking about. He's like, yeah, those guys are crazy. So I go in the real world with people who are successful. And when you tell them something you get here on the internet world, they're like, who? What? Why? Because it's financial. And I mean this with my whole heart. It's financial. I've been there. I'm working my butt off. I'm making lots of money. And Big Booty Judy with her kids is getting handouts and chilling all day. And people still choose her. I've been there. Same thing like the guy who's making a lot of money and he's trying to get Big Booty Judy, and he don't understand why Big Booty Judy got all these kids and no accomplishments. No matter what you say to me in these comments or these chats, I live in the real world with real business people. And when I tell you that middle schools and elementary schools and high schools will only have poor people's children there, I mean it, because I see it already displayed in America right now. The shifting has already happened. As much as I joke on this channel, as much as I'm silly on this channel, I told you the 5 guys stories the other day about the baby mamas, because that's real life. And no matter this internet, BS that people are trying to entertain you, it's not real. If you're a guy and you're making a good amount of money and you want to be content and you miss your ex-wife and your kids living with you and she comes back, you're almost glad. You may make it seem like you don't care, but you do, okay? So you guys can give me all this, BS and this, and I just laugh. There you go. As an energy, I can tell people identity problem first, exactly. Exactly. If you're in North Carolina right now, you should be in the research triangle trying to get a tech job. I have a friend right now. He went to college. He's been goofing off for about 10 years. He literally applied for an entry level position, which everybody was like, oh, I wouldn't do it. They're only paying 30K a year. Again, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. He has no experience in tech. None. He go get this job in 35 a year in Raleigh, North Carolina at a emerging tech company. He is now making 55,000 a year after working there for 8 months and on schedule to make more money next year. But see, most people say, well, I'm valued at 30 something $1,000, Erica. I'm valued at 70K. I'm very valuable. Okay? And they're not willing to take an entry level position or a learning position or a new job in tech because they're not ready to be honest with themselves that they're a know nothing. They're a Jon Snow, I don't know. Then you get to kind of know, don't care. This is where a lot of Americans were before this happened. They're doing all right. Their household makes 50K a year. We're doing all right. We go to the movies sometimes, we cut up sometimes, and now we're not doing all right. So now we care. Now we care about what our 401k is doing. Now we care about some other stuff. Thank y'all for all the cash app. Thank you. I really appreciate all of y'all. Thank you. I really do. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much. We have, thank you, Brickham. Thank you, Ella. Thank you, who is this? Martin. Thank you, Jamar. Thank you, all the people who are cash apping right now. I appreciate all of it. I appreciate every dollar, every dime. Why? Because you value what you pay for. Point blank, period. The free stuff helps people for sure, but you value what you pay for. Angry? Most people, what happens is they're angry. And then they realize, oh man, I'm just not gonna try. I'm already 40, 50 something, I'm not gonna try. I'm done with that. I'm just gonna coast on down to 60s and 70s. And that is where you have to give it up. I meet people in the gym, with my personal trainer, with my other friend who's an online personal trainer, and she'll show me all these pictures of people who are trying, and that is the fight. Your life is not going to be a cakewalk. Life is meant for fighting. Life is meant for trying. And when you hear people who are angry and they're giving up, they're rationalizing everybody's bad, the culture's bad, nothing's worth living. That's disgusting. But I understand it. Okay? So I just want to be very clear. Come on here, make comments, go all over the internet, make comments. But when I show it to my friends who are happy, when I show it to my friends who are married, when I show it to successful guys, they're always like, oh, I'm so sad that guy didn't figure it out. That's literally what they said. I have a friend who works at Dell. He goes, and I showed him some of the MGTOW videos. I sent them over to him, and he laughed, and he was like, girl, don't watch that crap. He's like, I go to work every day with guys who are in their 40s, and they haven't figured it out. Now, what does that mean? Figured it out just means contentment for your own life. It doesn't necessarily mean the hottest chick or dating or marriage or kids. It just means you're not content. You're very unhappy with your life. So you go on the internet and you vent about your life. People who are out here living, who are out here doing their big life, they're not doing that. They're just not doing that. They're out here living good lives. They're out here enjoying their kids. They're out here enjoying their wives. They're just not doing it. Do they have something to complain about? Sure. Do they have baby mamas? No. But they're out here living their life. So anyway. You are correct about value what you pay for. My spouse did not charge a client, assisted them, and left a negative review and paid nothing. Woo! That's right. Life is what you make it. So right now, this office doesn't have the soundboarding on. It just doesn't. So it's going to be a little echoey. Turn your volume down. You'll be okay. There you go. Listen, that's facts about public school. It used to be those who could would move to a better neighborhood. with better schools, but that ain't working no more. This is very true. Why? Because it's a circle. It's a circle. Here's one neighborhood with bad schools, bad kids. Let me pull this off the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, here, right? So then y'all gonna move to a better neighborhood. Then you move to another neighborhood. What happens to these neighborhoods? You get a lot of rentals. Rentals increase, right? So be careful. People with bad kids can now rent in this other neighborhood and keep moving like you've moved. So they bring the bad with them. They bring, and what I mean bad, let me be careful. I mean unloved. What the internet is showing us is there are a lot of people out there unloved, unsupervised, untrained. Again, when you have these people yelling, I don't care, this woman could be a stripper and a prostitute, and I'd marry her because she's a size 2. They've told you what, they've been unloved, they've been untrained, and they're uncultured. That's what they just told you. Everything about themselves, they just told it to you. Okay? So again, listen. People will tell you everything you need to know about them. If you be quiet, and I'm a talker now, but I remember I was on the stage with this guy, and I was quiet. And I let him, carry the conversation. People will tell you everything they have planned for you. Everything. If you just listen. They'll let you know. And what you're seeing here is you see people who are unloved out here. And they are uncultured. And they have nowhere to go. So they've been on the internet to a bunch of other people who are unloved, who are uncultured, and they think it's acceptable. You do? Struggle is baked into life. Even now with this transition. A lot of you know who watch the channel. Last year I spent about $70,000 in all kind of training. And I was telling this guy that this training I spent money on, what's going to happen is thank you, Jason. Thank you, Erica. I see all of you guys' cash apps. I appreciate it. What you understand is that money I spent, I could literally put somebody in here who knows nothing. A Jon Snow who knows nothing. And I could let them watch all the trainings I had from last year. And by the end of it, they would be here. They'd be content. Because they have a skill now. They know what they're doing. They're working for somebody to put money in their pocket. Content. It's just what it is. That's right. There's 6.2 trillion has to go somewhere. Let's put it in our pockets. Honey, honey, people will tell you when they open their mouth what they have planned for you. Listen. Let people tell you what they think of you. And I have had many people tell me they're going to do this or that or this or that. And I'm sitting there looking at them like, who told you were going to do that? People make plans for you right in your face. Separation Saturdays. Hey. Listen, if your school has to write to you to tell you to not wear a bonnet, not have your pants sagging, put on appropriate clothes. Now let me be very clear. I was just at Walgreens getting something. I need something for the office to go over one of these stores. And I saw a man in pajama pants and a dirty t-shirt and like house slippers in the Walgreens. And I said, well, damn, it must be hard out here. What's going on? He was coming to get cigarettes. And I looked at everybody else online. Everybody else online had on day clothes. Day clothes, okay, y'all? You hear me? Day clothes. Pants, shoes, I'm in black shirt, blue jeans, and cowboy boots. And this man's in his pajamas, basically. Now, there's there's a virus out here, and you're out here in your bedroom clothes and bedroom shoes. And you're going to walk back in your house and trek all that back in your house. All the dirt off the ground, all the concrete, everything back in your house. So people tell you, again, everybody has lazy days. Everybody has tiresome nights. But again, outside, listen, when you walk outside your house, how you present yourself to people matters. There was a time I kept wearing workout clothes every day. And two of my friends mentioned, Erica, you can't wear yoga pants every day. And I started laughing. But they were right. We'd have happy hours, we'd have events, and they just were like, girl, Go get dressed. Yes, you work for yourself, but go get dressed. Again, proximity. Who are you around? Now, somebody gonna say, no, Erica, I know rich people that wear sweatpants all the time. They wear sweatpants all the time. Yeah, if they're in their house, they can do what they want. When you come out of your house, that's what you wear all day? Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, I wasn't at Walmart. I was at Walgreens. Quick in and out. I went to Walmart twice. I haven't been to Walmart in 4 years because Walmart is scary. And one of my drivers had an emergency this week, and I'm too nice. So I said, sure, I'll go to Walmart, and I'll Walmart money in minutes to you. I'll never go back in Walmart again. My office manager saw my face and was like, I will do it for you next time. Lending Club? Nah, people are still paying their loans because Lending Club's one of the last places they can get loans right now. I would just spread your investments out. That's right. So there you go. Oh man, good gracious, what's that mean? So look, anyway, I think I'm done. I'm gonna go run down south. He didn't call me to go to the other part, so I guess he'll call me later for the keys. But I should have took a picture of that. Probably go to the stream later and take a picture. Thrive, content, angry. I think I might write that back up again. That was good. So anyways, you guys, listen, thank you for coming on the show today. Thank you for all the resumes. My assistants have been sending them to me. I'm looking through them as I get ready to add people. I will let y'all know. There you go. You know, do you love yourself? Put some clothes on your body. Every time I see, oh, for sure. Every time I see a young lady dressed a certain way, I know what she thinks about herself. Every time I see a grown man dressed a certain way, I know what he thinks about himself. I've seen many of the guys who, if they just put on a button up and blue jeans, would have got through the door a lot easier. So. All right, everybody. So thank you so much for coming on here on Saturday. Separation Saturday, as Grant Cardone says. And listen, the level that, figure out what you're good at, figure out what you can do, but start offering $100 to $300 weekly or monthly. Don't try to get the whole kit and caboodle first meet the business owner. It's not a way to do it. And I'll drop the course pretty soon. Those of you in the YouTube course, today, tonight, and tomorrow, you will see a lot of the videos I pre-recorded in the office today. So, all right, you guys, later.